Live? In other words, they can hear us?
The first thing you gotta do
What you gotta do?
is go to, you see the arrow?
Yeah, go to the arrow.
Hit the arrow.
Hit the arrow.
Now you're still live, so.
Still live.
Okay, go right here.
Share link. All right. Okay, here we go.
Now you're asking me why are we doing this, right?
Well, see, this is lovely, right?
Why are we doing this? Why?
Why are we doing it? What's on your mind? Wrestling and world events. How about that? Wrestling. Wrestling.
So what's gonna happen is what I'm doing right now is I'm saying invitation, so people can watch it.
All right.
So post, share, post. And it's gonna say you're live. So if they hit it, you're gonna be. If I hit that right now, it's gonna say that you're on right now.
Oh, okay.
See, we're still live.
Still live. Can they hear me? Am I talking now?
You can talk to them if you want.
We can talk right now?
Yeah, we talking right now.
Talk right now.
This is right here. It said post.
Oh, okay.
So now if post. See right there now. If I hit that, it's real live, right?
Then we're live. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right now at the moment.
Okay.
Right there. So I'm taking everything off.
Mm-hmm.
And then take this off.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's start the show.
Oh, I'll take my glasses off so my beautiful eyes. They can see my wild eyes. As opposed to when I'm with my glasses, I don't have the wild eyes.
Sure.
Now, we don't know what's going on in your eyes. God knows what's going on in your eyes. There's a wild day. It's midnight. He doesn't care. He doesn't know. I think he's a jazz musician. Yeah,
Welcome
you know
to
how
the
they
News
were.
to Vinny
Yeah,
show.
yeah. Hello.
DJ show.
Now tonight we're gonna. I did. Jay Paul, the big boxer, right? Where he says, RuPaul is his boy. His brother.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul, which I had. I'm a little out of the loop. I didn't know Logan Paul had a whole career in himself fighting top wrestlers. In fact, I watched him, and he was fighting.
He had
Cena.
no clue.
I had no clue.
Because was it yesterday we were talking to
Riley, an Irish guy, yeah.
Riley, yeah, we were talking about Riley, and he was telling us, but he didn't have no clue who was Logan
Didn't
Paul.
know who he was.
So we went online and we searched him up.
We searched him out, and he was in front of a stadium in France of hundreds of thousands of people, maybe 10,000. Listening, more than that. A lot of Frenchies. I didn't know the French were into pro wrestling.
In Paris. So.
In Paris. They're sophisticated. Now, he was fighting Ken. He was
fighting John Cena, Randy Orton.
And what? Not Meatloaf. What is that guy? This heavy guy who I didn't know he wrestled at all. He's Applesauce. What was his name?
Rolling. Something about rolling.
Yeah, he was like a sandwich.
Hold on.
He's a famous guy. He sings really good songs.
Yeah.
His name was. Where are we going here?
They're still going.
It's still going? Yeah, okay. His name was like a sandwich and, a jelly roll. Jelly roll.
Yeah.
Now, Jelly Roll has an interesting... Jelly Roll was a simple guy. He sold drugs at one point. And then he went into singing and he found God.
Right.
And God don't approve of selling drugs.
Nope.
Although he won't throw you in the hell right off the bat, but he'll throw a warning shot or two. He'll say, that sounds good. He'll appeal to your consciousness. Then when you don't listen to your consciousness, the God of wrath comes out.
Yeah, sure.
And you don't want to mess with the God of wrath. That's Old Testament God. That's not Jesus. Jesus is his son. Jesus loves you no matter what. Jesus has no standards. He doesn't hate the sinner. He hates the sin.
Right.
And always forgive you. That's your way out. Yeah, at the last moment, you said, Jesus, I killed that whole family, but I'm really sorry. And maybe Jesus will let you into heaven. That's why he's not in charge of anything no more. Everything's getting pretty goddamn crowded. Excuse the language, but he's getting all crowded. So the God of wrath is here. That's Old Testament God. That's the guy who wiped out Egypt. He is plagues in every fifth, because they were killing like Jewish kids. So he said, if you don't let these Jewish kids go, we're going to kill your Egyptian kids. Now, Jesus would never do that. Jesus was the other treat. See, I'm going to explain religion to you. There's Jesus, the Holy Spirit, and God. Now, these all personalities of God. See, Jesus is basically God in a good mood. He comes down to earth. He says, look, first time I was around, that was a little harsh. So I'm going to mellow out.
Right.
He mellows out. He comes down. He gets vulnerable, right?
Right.
Then, you know what happened to him.
What happened to him?
All you have to do is go to church. There he's up there, all crucified.
Right.
He's going to come back. And we got to watch out. He might not come back in a good mood.
That's true.
He might come out with vengeance. Or he may come back and say, let's let bygones be gone. We don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows when he's coming back. People keep on predicting Jesus is going to be back. Jesus is going to end the world.
Right.
And you look around you. The world's still here. So the world, now he's prepared for the end of the world, this guy here. He's already in the dark. That's why he's got the sunglasses on.
Because no electricity, no nothing. So
he'll be ready. He'll be running around in the dark.
Some people will be scared. They're gonna be crying until the lights go back on. But I'm gonna be.
You're gonna be cool.
Like a warrior.
Because the lights are always out with him.
There's no light with me.
He doesn't know light. He runs around in the dark night with those sunglasses.
Yep. So, what you think about the Logan Paul character?
I was very impressed.
You was impressed?
I was impressed. First off,
you never thought Logan Paul was even...
It was nothing. I didn't think he was a top wrestler. He's involved with the other top wrestlers, the pro wrestlers. He's a good wrestler. I think he's a better athlete than his brother. Quite honest. I mean, his brother's a good athlete. He's fighting real fights.
And he's ripped, too.
And he's ripped, but he's got rips in his stomach.
Strong, yeah.
And he's mixing it up with big guys. He's being thrown around. But you know who impressed me more than him?
Who?
Jelly Roll. Because Jelly Roll lost about 200 pounds, because he was a 300-pounder at least.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he lost, well, I think he was more 400 pounds.
I think he lost a lot of pounds.
A lot of weight. And he was able to do a lot of wrestling things.
He surprised us.
Yeah, I thought, they do a little emotions things. No, he was really...
He surprised us.
And I was very proud of him, because I said he's one of my people, because I have a little weight problem myself.
Right.
But if I did that, I wouldn't get up. They threw him through a desk.
They broke the
desk on him. And then they collapsed on him, and they with the elbows.
He still got back up.
He still got back up, and he helped his partner. Jelly Roll can wrestle. And Jelly Roll's a star on his own. He they have a lot of cross pollination in terms of wrestlers, and those kids that they're influencers.
Right.
Yeah. So I was impressed with that. I liked that. Because I used to watch this. See, I'm old enough.
You used to watch it, but now it's like...
Nah,
But then we saw a little clip of film, and we was like, whoa, what's going on?
When I watched it...
He watched it today.
Nearly 50 years ago, when I was 10 years old.
It wasn't that much people in the arena.
Well, they didn't have these massive arenas like they have now. Oh, yeah. They had... it was Bruno Sammartino. They would have rent out the Madison Square Garden. There was Ivan Putski, and there was... Lou Albano,
yeah,
and there was Big Cat Ernie Ladd, Cheesesteak Strong Ball, and these guys were and they were a lot of times they were in a good shape that they.
There was a guy with a snake. I think
there was a guy with a snake.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, they were, and they had a lot of wrestlers, and they had the wrestlers would fight each other, and then the Puerto Ricans had their own wrestlers. They had Lucha Libre, with the haircut, and our dream was always for them to fight each other. But they were in two different organizations, and back then, see, Vince McMahon was a good guy. He was an announcer and a wimpy guy too.
Yeah, he was a regular announcer. Yeah.
Yeah, and his father was the owner of the business.
Right.
But he turned his business, which was $1 million business, to $1 billion business, or thereabouts. Gazillion. Is that a number?
I know when the COVID was coming out, they didn't have a lot because of the 6 feet thing.
Yeah, they couldn't. How you gonna wrestle?
But what they did is there was 1,000 cameras all over the arena. There was wrestling, and when you look around, it was nothing but screens.
There was nobody there.
There was nothing but screens everywhere, and people watching.
Wow.
And you could see the fans watching it.
The fans were watching it?
Fans were watching every screen had a different person watching it.
That's amazing.
That's cool, right?
That is cool. Same thing with boxing. For a while, people were wearing masks, and nobody was coming to wrestling, and they had empty arenas and all that stuff, and survived.
Right.
And then the people in the corners had masks, but the boxers themselves, no masks.
Mm.
So besides beating the crap out of each other, they were breathing on each other with the viruses. Thank God the virus time is over now. Well, now we get a little something, it's a little, it's annoying.
Right.
Because everybody who's going to die of it have died already.
Yeah, sure.
I could have died, but I didn't because I'm too stubborn to die. Because even though I was a perfect example, because I'm very overweight, more overweight than I am now, and I was like a target. Like those germs would look at me with a little target on my back.
Yeah.
But you know what? I never get colds. I never get viruses. So I said, come on, virus, come after me. Yeah. How about your African virus, your new ones, your the one that where you bleed through your whole body. What's it called? It's called it wipes out whole villages.
Okay.
I forget the name of it. Hopefully you'll forget my name too, because I'm challenging you. Saying all viruses, you mess with me. But what is it? I can't remember. My brain's gone. Now, how about you want to ask me about world events? You want to ask me about sports?
What kind of if you was a wrestler, what kind of character you would be? Because you saw Logan Paul, he was a boo person.
Oh,
he was evil too. He was evil. He cheated. His own fate.
I would be the bipolar tornado. See that way, and
that's
then
interesting.
the bipolar. And half the time, when I was in a bad mood, I'd be the villain. And the other half the time, I'd be a good guy.
Right.
And they would never know when I went in the ring what I would be like. Maybe everybody loved me because I'm a nice guy.
Or
they hate me because I'm a bastard.
You're two-person.
Two people, but they'll suspect that I'm twins. That nobody could be that different than the other person.
Right.
I could do it right now, I could be the intellectual Vincent Gottschalk, yes. I could be baby Vinny Gottschalk. I could be obnoxious Vinny Gottschalk. I could be nice Vinny Gottschalk. These guys all live with four of us here. It's like a crowded. It's pretty crowded in this room at times.
Yep.
Because I got my papers. I'm schizophrenic.
Oh
yeah.
So you be a boo guy or yeah?
I'd be a boo guy and a hey.
You'd be a cheater, boo guy.
And then in the middle of the fight, I'd be mean, right? And then I'd turn to be a nice guy and get the cat beat out of me.
Interesting.
Yeah, of course I have to walk in order to do this. I got a spine problem. I got slip discs.
Yeah.
See, I used to wrestle girls. Oh, those were the days, my friend. I'd wrestle ladies and true. I wouldn't wrestle guys, cause that's a homosexual act. I know. I like to imply that people who wrestle guys, other guys, gay.
Mm.
That's why I never wrestle him. Even if I get in good shape, never wrestle. I don't believe in it.
That'll be your special move.
With men or women?
Yeah, special move. Your known signature move.
Oh, my move is the crusher.
The-
I get on top of them and I put my weight on them
yeah.
and I crush them.
Wow.
But sometimes, it's hard to be the crusher
That's
when.
interesting.
Yeah, my wrestling name was the Incredible Bulk. Oh yeah, there were tapes of me of taking on the notorious Vivi Lance,
Wow.
and I claimed victory over the Lance. Still, I have no documented uh, things. But once when we were wrestling,
Yeah.
she got an injury and she gave up. So she quit. That's one of my one victories, and the other ones I didn't do too good. She's only about this big.
Right.
Oh yeah, Vivi. She's been wrestling. I wrestled her about 20 years ago now.
Right.
Now but she's still wrestling.
You sure?
Oh yeah, they're still going around. But now I'm semi-retired till I make my comeback. Then I'll risk my spine in order to tangle with a new generation of lady wrestlers. Oh yeah, he'll be my second. He'll be because I have to train. I have to get in shape, and I have to lose weight.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be skinny Vinny. I'll be that guy in the pictures back there. So I would, and I make them boo. I'd say,
You like the boo.
oh, I like the boo. I want to be the boo guy.
The evil.
I'm in the boo mode now.
Guy.
I would say politically incorrect things. Like women.
Get out the stage.
I'll say, listen, ladies. What my opponent looks like she's in a bad mood. Is it that time of month? Oh, then I'll say, look, you lack upper body strength. You shouldn't be in the wrestling thing. You should be at home gathering food. Why don't you make me a sandwich, lady?
Wow.
Oh, they're gonna get mad.
Wow.
I'm gonna say, you think you're equal? Equal to what? Not me, not a man. Maybe a child. They won't like that. I might get beat up. They may organize and have like a posse of babes.
That's true, and then the manager will be like, "Stop it, guys."
You know what happened?
There's only one way we can settle this.
We're gonna settle in the ring. You know what?
Shavini versus
everybody. All the women in this room.
I think it's called the cage ring.
Cage match.
Cage match. Every 20 minutes, a new person will come in.
Yeah, so
he will fight. Out. So you will fight all of them.
Yeah.
And whoever comes out the cage or you pin will be out, and then you have the new girls coming. And whoever's the last one wins. And they all gonna be upset because he gonna say so much stuff to them.
Oh yeah. You know what happened? This is a true story. This is both no bullshit. I was at a wrestling thing, right?
Yeah.
And they were saying that the girl could hold you in leg scissors. You know what I mean? And I was trying to pull it apart. There were 20 other lady wrestlers that they all jumped on me.
Ooh.
I had 30 women after me, and that almost killed me because I'm overweight. So I was getting out of breath. The guy who was managing the whole thing, he said, "Get off him! You're gonna kill him." If I was skinny, I would have not been that bad of shape.
That's
Yeah.
All right.
That's my history, such as it is.
So tell me something about boxing today.
Oh, the boxing. It's a very strange thing. Jake Paul is being accused of fixing his fight with Joshua, and Joshua at the last moment said, "Hey, I'm going to really hit this guy," because they said Mike Tyson was they made an agreement, but that Mike wouldn't really try to hit him. Mm-hmm. Jake circled around, and Mike is like they're frozen. I don't know if that's true, because Mike is 60 years old, and the thing is, if it's hard to have the reflexes to go after a young guy, especially when they're going in and out and they don't want to get hit.
Right.
So Jake Paul had this idea he's going to start to fight professional boxers. And usually Jake Paul, when you ARP letter, when you pass 50, you get a letter from Jake Paul challenging to a fight. You're always fighting old men or has-beens or people who are basketball players and all this. And a few fighters once in a while.
Always have to take advantage. Yeah.
He's always taking advantage. So the thing is, he was going to fight this guy called Tank Davis. Tank Davis is about this big. He's about as big as Vivi Vance, but he can punch like a bug. And Jake would have 50 pounds on him.
Well, Tank is
He's a lightweight.
He's a real fighter, though.
He's a real fighter. So a lot of people said, even though Tank is smaller, he's gonna beat the guy.
Beat the guts out of him.
But the problem with Tank is Tank gets in trouble outside the ring. They said they beat his girlfriend. We all know this is true, but just the rumor of it, Netflix didn't want to be associated with the situation. Right. So at the last moment, it was like a month before it was going to happen, or 3 weeks, they had to get a new opponent.
Right.
So Jake Paul goes to the other extreme. He gets Anthony Joshua. AJ, right. Who's about 6'6", 250 pounds of muscle, and near his prime. Now Jake was outweighed by 50 pounds, thereabouts. And the guy had 7 inches on him. And Joshua is a professional fighter, top of the line, and one of the hardest punchers in the last 20 years.
Right.
Well, you can see the equation going on here.
Yeah.
So Jake is going. Now, what they say is Jake said, "Oh, we're just, we're not going to really hurt each other because we were both making $100 million."
If that was the case, you should have made an exhibition fight.
It should have been, but they wouldn't have sold because people wanted to really see Jake hit and get hit. Well, finally, Joshua had lost a big fight by KO and had a little bit of a bad reputation that he's had. So he wanted to prove something. So what he did is he went out there to take Jake's head off. And he's following around. And Jake is trying to, he's squirreling around and it's gutty, because it's gutty for a guy who's really not being overmatched fighting a big champion. But he ran away. He tried to survive. And once in a while, he should come in with a punch. But he's too small. He doesn't have enough firepower to really hurt Joshua. Well, Joshua hit him. And Joshua broke his jaw in 4 places and knocked out a whole bunch of his teeth.
Wow.
And hurt him. And he went into the hospital. Now, this is what happens. Joshua gets real hurt. Joshua, is a very handsome black man. Right. Like a black Adonis. Very handsome. And the women of America didn't know about him. He had made a little splash years ago, but the general public didn't. All of a sudden, this whole new hundreds of thousands of women who watched Netflix saw him, and they were like, "Ooh, I want to do that."
Right.
Oh, did they want to do that? There was horny women. There was monologues that the women were making the video. I like that. Old women, young women, everybody wanted to do the big man.
Right.
But you know what happened?
What happened?
Oh, it's very spooky. Because people said that a lot of times with the movie stars and the rock and roll people, they have what you call occult things around them. Symbols of darkness.
Right.
It's like in a horror movie where you make a wish for something and you get the wrong thing. And Anthony celebrated his victory and was a little callous. Because he really did hurt Jake. So what happened was, he goes to Africa. And then his personal trainers who had known him since childhood, and the nutritionist, they go in a car, they have very bad luck.
Right.
They have very, very, very bad luck. Because the car, it's in Africa, they drive recklessly on certain highways.
Mm-hmm.
So they were speeding, and they tried to get it past the car. Plus, they had a truck, parked in the highway where it shouldn't be trucked. It was halfway in the highway. The guy tries to speed past the car, and the guy didn't have a license. So they hired a driver who didn't have a license, and he's speeding along. His two best friends got killed. Not a scratch on Anthony. He survived, but he was traumatized
Mm.
because his best friends got killed.
Right.
And now he doesn't seem like, and even though he has everything to fight again, he can't. His brain, he's traumatized. He might won't fight because he's going to associate fighting with the death of his best friends.
Mm.
See, and now he's saying, and the thing is, what happened when they had the accident? Crazy, excuse my language. He wasn't picked up by an ambulance because they don't have ambulances, the infrastructure for that, right? So people surrounded him in the car, and the police car took him away. But the crowd pulled him out of the car. But the crowd wasn't the nicest crowd in the world. They're taking selfies of things like there, and they have the other people dead, and and they robbed him of his phone, and he so all of a sudden he has a bad taste of his own land because he wasn't. I think he may have been born in Africa, or he was raised in England. He came over as a child. I'm not sure. His parents are definitely from Africa. He was visiting them there and all that stuff. So now it's not so sure he's going to fight ever again. Because every time he goes to training, he's going to think, my best friend, my nutritionist, my exercise guy.
But nobody knows yet.
But nobody knows if he's going to get sued because he's the boss, right?
And I don't think we're gonna find out anyways.
We're not going to see what's going to go on. A lot of people were. I saw on the internet they were blaming on voodoo hoodoo.
They keep it secrets.
They don't let Jake Paul
They
put a curse on him. They keep it to himself.
Mm.
But I think he'll be okay. He'll be okay. But see, if I was him, what I would do, because he's a multi-billionaire, not billionaire, but he's rich, I would get pay for a bunch of ambulances for that side of the road, so they do have people that will, because Nigerians are killed every day in these traffic accidents.
For that station.
That because that's the roadway of death. See, that's the thing with the third world. A lot of people is reckless driving.
What about the other station, the other highway of death?
Well, he can only do so much.
That's why I wouldn't never do it.
You never do it. You wouldn't contribute to the.
Maybe I'll fix the road, but I don't think I'll.
You wouldn't like buy an ambulance for them so they have like no.
I think I'll fix it.
You know he seems like he's a nice guy, but he's not. You keep the money for yourself, wouldn't you?
I'll fix it. I would prefer to fix the road than.
It's not the road. It's not the road. The road is not the problem here. The problem is the drivers.
What's going on is that because there's no signs or nothing. What's the speed of that road? There's no sign.
Well, they have speed limit, but nobody pays attention.
I guess what's the speed limit? There's no sign.
Well, they have. I don't know if there's any signs.
See what I mean?
But I know that they have laws.
Buy an ambulance. It's still gonna do the same thing. It's still gonna go 100 miles even with the ambulance.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you go
if I go there and fix the road and I put signs and everything and new roads and lines and everything just for that little section,
you may save a life.
It'd be less traffic, right? There'd be less accidents, right?
There would be less accidents, but you need the ambulance because there's always going to be accidents.
Yeah, but
people who have bad habits.
There's the city deals with ambulance, and they cost more. How much is one ambulance?
It's probably $100,000, but Jake Anthony made $100 million for one fight.
I don't think ambulance costs more than $100 million.
100,000? Yeah. I don't know. Well, see, I'm not much of that knowledge.
Anything that has to do with service costs more than $100,000.
Anything that who, what, where?
Anything that has to do with service, like police cars, ambulance, those fire department truck costs way more than what you think it's a regular car.
Really?
Mm-hmm. How much is a
Yeah.
car?
Oh,
$32,000 to $60,000.
There you go.
Now we're talking about ambulance.
You gotta have your medicine. You have the stuff.
It's 100 and plus.
He can afford it. If I was rich, if I was a rich man, da 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 da.
Your opinion
All
is
day.
good. Your opinion is good, but it's not gonna solve the issue. That's not the problem.
Well, how would you solve the issue?
I'll fix the road.
You fix the road so you can speed along with faster.
I fix the road and put signs up there.
Say, look, you jerks, because he is no diploma. Look, you jerks, slow down, you dumb bastards.
I fix the road and put signs up. Now, if you don't follow the rules, then you can get tickets back to back. That's on you. Now, you prefer to get what's the money down there?
Well, you know, the money there is...
The money is low, so it's...
but you see...
So you want to pay $200? $1,000, I think it was like $1,700 for one ticket, or you prefer to ride your regular ride?
I have no idea what he's talking about here. I'm $1,000 for a ticket?
Yeah, $1,700, because the money down there is different.
No, yeah, because they go by the African...
yeah, that goes as $1,000. Now here it's like $100-something.
But see, their money goes a lot further.
$100. It's like $150,000. $150.
I'd be a rich...
$150, right? It's here.
I'd be
Over there is like $1,700 or more.
Mm.
So if you had an accident in that highway, would you pay $1,700 for that accident?
And
you want to get a ticket?
If I was a multimillionaire,
if you get a ticket, you're gonna keep paying all that when you could avoid all that?
I couldn't avoid it because you can't avoid it. Look, I'm going to Africa. Let's say I'm crazy enough to go to Africa. I go to Africa. I'm driving the proper way. Dee, 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 dee. But the other people on the roadway, they're not driving the proper way.
Yeah, because in my country, you do the same thing. There's no signs, no nothing.
You know where he comes from?
That's what I'm trying to say. I would fix the road, we put signs up and everything, so you could drive the right way, and then less traffic, less accidents. But if you get a ambulance, it's not gonna really help nobody. You still get more.
Because you're all bad drivers, of course you're gonna need an ambulance.
It's not bad drivers. There's no sign. There's no sign. I'm driving 165.
There's no police. They don't have the police there.
And the police is quick. Cricket over there.
Let me tell you something.
Police is quick over there. So is mine.
That's part of the immigration thing that they should have. Anybody who has to become an immigrant here have to have a driving lesson, because how about people from England? They drive on the wrong side of the road. No, so you're there, and they do that.
That's the way England have a different rule.
Yeah, they have different rules. It's crazy in England. Oh, it's crazy. They don't have freedom of speech in England, you know. Yeah. If I call him names, I'm in trouble. He calls me names, maybe he's in trouble, maybe he's not. I don't like it. I think everybody should be by equal. If I call you a name, you call me a name, we're okay.
Makes sense.
That makes sense because why should, but now the politically correct almost took over the world.
Right.
Except by Mr. Trump is bothering him. He's getting rid of him. The woke are being put to sleep. Oh, yes. We just invaded Venezuela and plucked like a carbuncle the evil. What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Which one?
The dictator in Venezuela.
The dictator in Venezuela.
I forget his name.
Let's see.
Are you gonna find him there?
Yeah, let's look for him.
Let's see. He was picked up by the commandos.
Dictator in Venezuela. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Are we still online?
Yes. Let's see.
Dictator movie. Da-da-dee-die-die, la 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 lee.
His name is.
There he is. What's his name? They'll say, what's his name? Maduro?
Maduro.
Now, this guy, you don't mess with the Don. You know what he said to the Don? Come for me, you coward. I am ready for you. But you know what happened with him?
What happened to him?
He wasn't, he had a personal bodyguard. Now, a personal bodyguard was to protect him. He wasn't feeding them. They were starving to death. He wasn't taking care of their families. So, what happened was our CIA guy said, hey, look at this. We'll give you $10 million each. We'll take care of your families, and we'll move you out of the country, and you'll be fine. And they what do we owe this guy? Because Madonna or whatever it is, when they had to get sick or they were living in a lap of luxury, high on the hog. They were making money, and they were the drug money and all the perks. You can't do that. You got to take your personal bodyguard nicely, or it doesn't work out. If you had a personal bodyguard, would you feed him at least?
Yes.
You got to do it. See, I have these aides here, right? I let them have a sandwich. I know you're saying you're a very generous man, Vinny. It's true. I let them have sandwiches and have perks. He's a zombie half the time. You think he could get away with that any place? He comes into my room, and he has to service me. I don't mean service me in a sexual sense, you dirty-minded bastard. No, the way your minds work, it disgusts me. No, he has to make sure that I'm okay. But it's like a horror movie. All of a sudden he's like,
right.
But he's a good guy. When he wakes up finally, and we do the Nostra Vinis together. Oh, Nostra Vini, he lives on Avenue C. He's held prisoner by his aides. He's supposed to be the boss of everything, but he barely gets anything to say. It's true.
Any other news?
Well, what happened was we have a communist man. And the communist man, this was irony because the communists are being taken out of Venezuela, but they're in New York. Now, he's promising a lot of things.
Okay.
You know what he's promising?
What is he promising?
He's promising everybody gets a house, right? Okay. Then, but he's crazy because he doesn't believe in you having an apartment. It's collective. In other words, you don't really own your apartment. The collective does.
Okay.
And then he had this crazy lady. She was on. I saw her, and she's in charge of housing, right?
Yeah.
And she's saying how rich people and white people are going to get their housing taken away. And she was whiter than me, and I'm practically an albino. That's a crazy lady.
So the rich people were scared that they would lose their place.
And the white people, because they're assuming that the white people are privileged. Do I look privileged to you?
So what would you give them as a referral if they was watching this right now?
I'd say go screw you. It's not going to work out.
No advice?
Oh, to the commies?
Yes.
I would say commies. Get out of town and dodge while you can because Trump is going to come.
So sell a place, right?
Yeah. Well, they're going to seize the. I'll have 20,000 Guatemalans living in my apartment.
Sell a place.
You can't sell a place because you don't own it no more.
Sell a place before he takes it.
Yeah, before you get out of town. That's what people are doing. They're running away.
Money, go out of town.
There's only a little damage they can do for a while, but then Trump used to
get out of town.
Get out of town.
Sell a place. Take the money. Get out of town.
See, ironically, the people who are voting for him are upper middle class people who come from good homes, and they're white for the most part, right? But they're what you call your weekend commies. What they do is they come into a city, and then they live and they do the dance and they do all that stuff. And eventually they move away because they want to raise kids. So then the next commie group comes in and they like the cheap rents, but everybody wants cheap rents. Who doesn't want a cheap rent? Do you want a cheap rent? You don't want a cheap rent?
Yeah, I want you that, yeah, but then
Yeah.
you gotta ask for so much.
And see, the Republicans are just as bad. You know what? Shapiro, I forget his name. He was saying, "Well, what right do you have to live in New York?" In other words, you stabilize the city. You stay in the city through good times and bad. You're the middle class. You're the working class, right?
Right.
And you should be rewarded for being your good service to keep the city stable, right?
Right.
You don't get rewarded. Nobody rewards you. It's like it's Darwinianism taken it to the nth degree.
Right.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That gives you. Then you're just. Why don't you just open the door for the commies?
Might as well.
You might as well. You might as well become a communist. I've seen it, and the world has gone crazy. Oh, it's crazier than I am, and I'm a lunatic. He knows. I don't know what to do. The crazy world is crazier than me, and I'm a schizophrenic. It's true. Now look at this man here. He is a sleepyhead.
Yep.
Now he's a sleepyhead.
That's right.
When he gets up, and he lives. The Dominican Republic is right next to Haiti. Voodoo town in Haiti.
So
But it's the Dominicans. There's a legend of the Dominicans that they're zombies, and they roam the countryside, eating heads and becoming lawyers.
Wow.
I gotta keep an eye on him. He might try to do lawyer stuff on me, because zombies are parasites, and so are lawyers.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. You don't want to mess with a zombie lawyer. They got nothing to lose. Why do you think Haiti's so poor? Because they live next to zombies.
That's true.
Because you ever see a picture of Haiti in the Dominican Republic? You go there, you've seen it. It's lush ground.
One side is so
beautiful.
One side is destroyed, the other one is so rich and beautiful.
How do you explain that?
Haiti don't want help.
They want help, but they don't know how to take care of themselves because there's the zombies.
They don't want help. They're scared that they might take over the island.
You know what it is? They want to keep their island nasty, so nobody wants to take it over.
They offer to help, but they don't want it.
They don't want it?
USA offered to help.
We did help. We gave billions of dollars to that place.
But they kicked them out.
But Hillary Clinton stole it all.
They kicked them out. Like, no.
You know what they did? I'll tell you what they did. He's a closet Democrat. What they did was they went to Haiti, right? And then they hired people who were not from Haiti to rebuild Haiti. What is that? The only people making money are Hillary and her cronies, and billions of dollars are spent. It's a little island. You should be able to make it nicer. But it's the kickback. You know what they just had in the paper?
What?
They had about the Somalians. Now apparently, they would get $11 billion for food and child care.
Yeah.
And they found that there was no children in the child care place. There were a bunch of Somalians hanging out with no kids.
Right.
And the place was making a lot of money. And the guy who ran for vice president, he's like, and he was a communist. He was going, hey, you're implying that there are a bunch of Somalian crooks. Well, there were a bunch of crooks, and you should have known about it.
Right.
If you weren't so busy doing draconian laws about COVID, you'd know what's going on.
That's true.
See, I'll tell you the truth. The weakness of democracy is corruption. Why the taxpayer doesn't want to pay taxes, because he knows half the money he's putting in is going into graft or going into nonsense.
That's true.
They did a study.
What's the study about?
What happens to the drunk hamsters?
What happened?
They get drunk.
Wow.
You don't need that study.
No.
You need to know if it's not like you people when you blew smoke in a doggy's face. So I'm implying that you do things like that. He really doesn't do that. He gets he just wanders into parks.
Some people do.
Some people do. Do you disapprove when they do that?
Yes, I disapprove.
You say, don't abuse that dog.
Yeah. He might get too high.
He might get too high, and then he won't be able to operate heavy equipment.
Right.
But see, he throws me off. He has a little thing, right? And he was saying, they were saying the chickens are being trained as fighters by the rooster. Well, I thought it was a real thing.
Yeah, the father rooster was
The
trained.
father trained the rooster, and
or the chicks.
it was
Chick rooster, not the chick. The chick roosters, all the baby chick roosters, it's fake.
And I was like going, this is real? Because I didn't see that it was a cartoon that they were intellectualizing about the training of chicks.
Right.
He throws me off. Sometimes he's watching TV, right? And he just now, we will watch, he told me about this thing where the guy goes back in time to 1900 or something like that, 1900, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the movie was supposed to be made in the 30s. The movie wasn't made in the 30s, it was in color. I have communication problems with this man. My life is in his hands. I don't know what he's saying half the time, and half the time he's not listening to me because he has got a little TV. But I put up with it because he's a loving man in other ways. He builds things. He fixes things.
Yeah.
He organizes things. But he's a sleepyhead. He's falling asleep right now. You think his eyes are open right now?
I don't know. Let me see.
Yeah, it's my head.
It looks like it's open.
You know, he
It
cut my
could be
hand.
open. I don't know. It look open. I don't know. To me, it looks. I can see.
You can see.
I can see.
Yeah, and because he's like the daredevil. He could see in the dark.
Right.
He's got radar going on here. I had him cut my hair. It's a nice haircut. He was going around my ear, and I said, oh, please don't cut my ears off. I like them just where they are. They match.
He didn't want me to put it someplace else.
No, yeah.
I was going to source it someplace else for him.
My life is in danger. And the thing is, they're trying to take care of me as best they can, and it's with the incompetence. See, I believe in competence. I believe in that. Poor little Vinny. The people don't know what they're doing. They don't feed him enough. I'll tell you the hell I live. I live with one of the best cooks in the world.
Right.
He puts salt in his food. Now, I can't eat the food. I can just smell it.
Yep.
And once in a while they give me it. Me and the dog beg for food. And I say, please give me food. And I look. But they say, you'll swell up.
That's true.
It's bad for your circulations. You might get a heart attack. And I go, what a way to go. What a way to go.
What a way to go.
Now what are we going to do now?
What do you think about the mayor?
Oh, the commie mayor?
Yeah.
I am not. I think
he haven't done nothing yet, but
he hasn't done nothing yet.
Not yet.
But I don't believe. See, they have good intentions, but they're unrealistic. So he's not gonna. You know what he's gonna do? Okay, I'll explain something. He's gonna open up a whole bunch of bodegas run by the government, right?
Okay,
this is gonna happen. No,
This
he's announced this, right? Now, what's that gonna do to your little Puerto Rican bodega down the block? And it's gonna cost $1 million for each little bodega that he's putting in. 20 of them, right?
But he needs to like think of it 2 times. He needs to open bodegas in situations that they don't have stores.
Yeah, I'll explain to you what he should.
Because we have one here. They have one across the street. They need to open it where they don't have.
No, but even
to
if
make
he
it easier for the people.
This is what he should do.
Tell him.
The problem with the bodegas that they have in the ghetto, right, is the food that they have is not healthy for you, right? It's like chips and this and that and the other. So there should be a subsidy for them to be good food. A little subsidy, right? So they get avocados, they get salads, they get whatever, right? So then you supplement what they have. You mix capitalism with a little socialism, with a small s. See? So that way you're not destroying the small businessman. See, once you destroy the small businessman, you're through.
It's not like he's gonna lose money. He's gonna have to multiply with different.
But there's 20 of them. They always, the thing is they've done this experiment. It don't work. Because what happens is everybody goes to the deli, right? They take the food. And they run out of the food. They do it in Russia. They did in all the communist countries. It don't work out.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about I have right now, Avenue C has like about 6 daily bodegas around
here. Yeah.
Now, if we go to 145, they only got 1 bodega.
Ah, okay.
See what I'm saying? So instead of making it easy for your people, make it easy for people who doesn't have a bodega.
In other words, what they call the food desert.
Exactly.
Ah. Do they have a good bodegas in your place?
Yeah, we got a couple of them.
You got good bodegas?
Mm-hmm.
Reasonably priced?
Good price, decent.
See, the thing is, and I'm an individualist. The collective, right, is immortal. I'm dead, you're dead, the collective goes on.
Right.
You're supposed to sacrifice for the collective. That don't make sense. Because then the leadership of the collective, they think of themselves as individuals and they get all the perks for themselves.
Right.
Because human nature is a little corrupt. And a lot of times the people who do that are really corrupt. Right. I mean, it's one thing to steal $100, another thing to steal $10,000 and make a pool for yourself. Like they had those Black Lives Matter people, right?
Right.
Then and they get contributions from everybody. Black people, white people, corporations, right? The money's not going to the ghetto, it's going to the pockets of the Black Lives Matter leadership. They're buying mansions for themselves with pools and all this stuff.
Oh.
They're not, and they're fancy things. So they're grafting off the food. See, instead of the money going to the people, it's going to the people in charge of the people.
Right. The one investing.
See, that's no good.
That's not good.
And it disillusions people. If you know, right?
So what does the United stand for?
What, the United States?
What's the word they use for us? We the people.
We the people. Also, I'll tell you another thing about the commies and all these Reds. They go by original sin. In other words, America was founded on slavery and this, that, and the other, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the truth is, years ago, America gave the promise of democracy and equality and all that stuff. It was a promise.
Right.
They tried to fulfill the promise, but they were never perfect. Never perfect. And everybody conquered everybody else. They go like, well, because they had a thing where they were saying this endorses slavery, right? Everybody had slaves at one point. And if they didn't have slaves, they had in the white people countries. Right? They had slaves. The white people were slaves. White people were slaves to black people. Vice versa. Now the thing is, in the European countries, they had what they call indentured servitude. You know what that is? That means that the king owns your land and you rent it out from him, and he gets to put you in wars. He gets to take it away if he wants to. He can sleep with his wife. They had things. You ever see Braveheart with Mel Gibson?
Yeah, yes.
Now the thing is, the king was like, if I want to, I will go into your village and sleep with your wife.
Ooh.
For I am the king.
Wow.
That's bullshit.
That's crazy.
Excuse my language.
I'll be upset.
You'll be really upset. So all this stuff is based on, and say the women, they get fancy. They say, "Oh, you sexist bastards," right? It's all practicality why we were sexist, because women, say they're a rough woman, muscular woman, she's a lesbian or whatever. They have babies. They're 9 months out of the time, right? They're vulnerable. You can't have a pregnant woman on the hunt.
That's true.
They have to stay in with and also, if the women get killed, say if he gets killed, right? He's dead. He went out on the hunt and he gets killed.
Right.
Well, she gets another man, she has another baby, the life goes on. She gets killed. He can't find another woman. The line dies out. No more people. See, so the thing is, that what they say is, oh, everybody was villainous because we had the pretensions of being uh, free, everything. But that means you gotta eventually promise that and fulfill it.
That's true.
So I'll tell you this. I have a book. It's called Mein Kampf, right?
Right.
Mein Kampf. You know what he said? He said basically he says life is taking advantage of people, enslaving people. Germans are good. Everybody else is inferior, and we get to kill the Jews. There was no hypocrisy there. You're reading this. You can't believe what you're reading here.
Wow.
He's telegraphing his blows. Here's the word. Now the commies, when they did I read the book, and it's called This Capital, right?
Mm-hmm.
They promise equality.
Right.
So they fool you. But see, our system is based in imperfect. See, if a capitalist country, right? Everybody has to be a little bit crooked, and the whole situation has to. In other words, everybody's taking advantage, and everybody not paying them enough, giving bad work conditions. It has to be like the whole society has to be a little sick. Now, in a commie country, and then you comprehend, it's not totalitarian, so you can be a nice guy in your locality, right? Now, in a commie country, say uh, they say, "Hey, Vinny's a bad guy," or they say you're a bad guy. I have to give you up because there's only one employer. You got nowhere to turn.
Right.
The government, even if the government doesn't put you in a wall or a gulag, then you got no job.
That's true.
Your family doesn't get fed. That's no good. No. And another thing, I'll tell you something. That's like let's say, oh, they have the minimum wage, right? In New York City, the minimum wage is going to be $20, let's say. But if they have a universal minimum wage, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say a place like Vermont,
Right.
the restaurants are a lot cheaper. The rents are a lot cheaper. So $20 or $15 or just that will keep you a long way. So each state is different. Some places, like in New York City, to live in New York City, you have to have a minimum wage, and you also have to have subsidized housing.
Wow.
You can't live just on your tips.
That's true.
Unless you're in a fancy restaurant.
That's so true.
Do you think he could be right in a fancy restaurant? He wouldn't win. He didn't say what unless it's into guys who look like they're doing heroin, which could be in fancy restaurants. That might be the thing.
Right.
We don't know. I haven't been out of this house in 10 years. I have no idea what's going on out there. People talking to their YouTube. People talking to themselves. There's a lot of narcissism. Now I know what you're saying. You got some nerve talking about narcissism when you have pictures of yourself all over the place. But you know what? I want to remember when I was a skinny bastard.
Yep.
Because when you're fat and long enough, you think, yeah, it's always been this way. I'm not going to character assassination people. But I'm going to do him. You know what he does?
What he does?
I'll tell you what you do.
It's all right.
He was telling me how he went to the basketball court and he slammed dunking things. Now this guy, if he's 5'7",
I was slam dunking, and I was like, "Who?" And I was like, "Okay."
Kids, third graders. Now that's child abuse. First, they have a distorted picture of people where they think the NBA players could be like 5'8" at tops. If he's 5'7", we're giving him a lot. He's telling me, and I'm buying into it. I'm thinking, oh, he must have the moves and all that stuff. Then I feel, and I'm saying, where's the parents? I'm seeing some guy who looks like he's a heroin addict playing basketball with my kids.
Wow.
And slam dunking on them.
That's crazy.
And you agree. Sometimes I think he stops and says, what did they let me do? Or maybe they're relatives. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You were slam dunking on your own relatives.
No.
Enough of like a legend of you. Oh, Uncle Jay, he's the best basketball player in the world. And then they're wondering why he never takes them to the basketball games because they want to see real basketball players. Say Uncle Jay, he's much taller than you.
Wow. He's good. He's good.
Oh yeah.
He's good.
Oh yeah. You know. You know. He has kids, little, cute little kids, and they're all miniatures of him. And it's now he's satisfied with one kid. He's got another kid, and he treats him right.
When they turn 3, I gotta show them how to dunk on babies.
See, the nightmare goes on. This is going to be generations of Dominican men abusing children. Tell me about Soto, the man who betrayed his own people.
Well, it's not really. It's more about the money.
Yeah, you're not supposed to betray your own. That's your town, your hometown.
What happened?
For money, for cash.
Soto was playing really good in Yankees, and he decided to go to the Mets for more money.
And then
they lost.
He, you know what that is? That's what the ancients used to call karma. That's the Bambino. That's what happened to Bambino. Didn't the Bambino happen with Bambino?
Bambino was in New York Yankees before he left. He retired. They had a curse that they're not gonna win no more games after that.
There you go.
No more World Series.
And see, back then,
and they're still going on. They just haven't won yet.
They haven't won yet. The curse, the spooky curse.
They almost broke it, but
they almost broke it, but they didn't quite.
They didn't win it.
The Yankees. Oh, I remember when I was a kid. The Yankees, Joe Namath with the football. Mm-hmm. Back then, football players were regular people. They weren't like 250 and 300 pounds. That's steroid use, my friend. People don't grow that big.
When I was little, I didn't know what soccer is.
You didn't know what soccer was?
No.
It
didn't catch my attention.
Well, you know what they do in Europe? They call soccer football.
Football, right.
And we have football, and they said, that's real football. And it's a very violent game. And you say, no, what do you mean? They're just knocking the ball around and nobody even scores. It's the crowds. They get wackadoo.
Right.
They have riots. That's because they're so bored at what they're looking at, they have to fight each other. Belgium will stab Spain.
That's true.
Instead of having wars, now they have wars. And I can't go to basketball. And you know what? Say I was interested in basketball or football or baseball. I wanted to go there. I'm a middle-aged man. I'm beyond middle-aged. But I'm going to go there. I have to deal with riots. If they win, they lose. They riot anyway.
Yep.
Bad people. Yep. Bad. It's like Roman times when they used to riot during the gladiator fights. Things haven't changed that much. Put a few drinks in people and they get crazy. Even the women's.
That's true.
I have to watch out for the women's because I got a nasty mouth. I'm nasty. I know they're inferior and I acknowledge it.
Right.
And they don't like that. Say, what do you mean? You got a bad spine. I can kick your ass. And maybe it's true you can at this point. Yes, but in my prime, when I was, I would still get my ass kicked. I have no skills.
Yes,
I have no killer instinct.
No killer instinct.
You gotta have a killer instinct to be a good fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I would hit somebody and say, "Oh, you can't do that."
It's like you tap me.
You attack me.
You hit me with all your strength, but I feel like a little tap.
Well, see, that's because the drugs you take. You know, if you take enough drugs, you don't feel things.
Yep.
See, I get the skitsy, and I don't feel pain.
Nope.
Oh, but the thing is, I don't attack people because that's not my way. I'm a man of peace.
He does it in a different way.
I'm verbally attacking constantly.
The way he does is he does not let you sleep.
He wants to sleep all the time.
He does not let you sleep. And then when you don't sleep, now you're tired and grumpy. You're like, okay, I'm tired. Okay, go sleep. Hey, Jay. Ah.
I'm going to give you a theory on his job, right? The 24-hour job, right? Okay.
I'm not doing
No,
24 hours. He got a 24
no,
hour job.
he's 12 hours, right? During that 12-hour shift, he's supposed to be awake constantly to take care of me.
Right.
I end up worrying about him getting enough sleep, and he needs to sleep like a zombie.
You worry about me.
I worry about all of them. They're all, they're very nice people, but they're screwed up.
You worry about me if I'm alive or not.
Well, I say it's because sometimes I want to put a breathalyzer next to a thing to see if he's still breathing.
Yeah, he want to kill me with the. Oh, he's not breathing.
Yeah.
Wake up! What you doing? I'm alive. I'm just sleeping.
He sleeps so deep. I was here, and I'm in this hot place, and I won't go into details, but sometimes because I can't move, they have to get the pee and all this stuff. Okay. I said, Jay, and I have Alexa, and Alexa like, whoa, Jay, hey, wake up, Jacob. I go in there, I hear snoring. I could hear snoring from this room. This place is practically soundproof, right? Then he's there, and TV's loud. TV's loud. And then I feel bad about waking him up. Although when I want to go after the food, it's good. Because he's so sleepy. But then he fucking, excuse the language, he wakes up just when I'm getting into the food. And then they go, oh, you're not supposed to eat food. And I say, cocky doodoo. I don't say that. I actually use, but this is a children's channel, so I can't do that.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. That's what happened last night. Let's see.
This is what he does, right? He's trying to sneak. He trying to sneak around, and then he said, "Jay's not gonna hear me," and I'm like,
That he hears. He hears me when I'm talking to myself. That's why it's very spooky what goes on in this house. See, now I have to see the doctor tomorrow.
Yeah, so we have to.
We have to wake up early.
There we go. So we gotta close it up so we can all sleep early, except Jay, because Jay gotta suffer tonight.
Oh, poor Jay. Oh, he suffers so much. Yeah.
I wish I could do that.
I live a very exciting life because I'm barely taking care of my. Between them starving me to death, I think this law is against abuse of old people.
But he's calling this starving, but his starving is really helping him. But he just see it in a different way. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what they say in North Korea when they don't give them food. We're keeping you light,
We're extending your life.
Extending your life. You're not going to die of.
You're not gonna die young.
You're not going to die of obesity.
Yeah, that's what happened to the wrestlers. You know the wrestler Mark Henry?
The who?
Mark Henry?
Who's Mark Henry?
Mr. Chocolate Man from WWF.
Oh.
The wrestler, he died of overweight.
Oh, he died of overweight.
Yeah, he didn't make it too long.
You know who I saw wrestle?
Oh.
Jelly Bean. What is his name again? Have an apple pie.
Jelly Bean.
It wasn't the wrestler who wrestled Jake Paul's brother.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's brother wrestled this
Jelly Bean.
It was a Jelly Bean. I know it was applesauce and Jelly Bean, something like that. And he has a name like a sandwich, a tasty sandwich. And we're gonna look him up. We're gonna look at what we're talking about here. I don't know what's going on. I've been out of the loop for so long.
I'm gonna put it back on that wrestling to see what he's missing. It might be fake, but believe me, when you go home.
And let me tell you something. When they jump off the thing and they get over tons of it, it's not fake. It's what you call acrobat. I mean, they can really hurt themselves.
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll. And he was a wild man, Jelly Roll. He had a dark past. He dealt drugs. Then he became a singer, and now he's a wrestler. which just shows you can have redemption. Even you can be redeemed.
So, Russ, we have a Saturday Night Live. We're gonna have Mr. Vinny. He go wrestle somebody on his wheelchair. How he's gonna do it? I don't know.
I probably have volunteers. There's probably somebody who wants to kick the shit out of me.
I'll be his tag team, but I might bring the bed with me.
You might bring the what? The bed, so I could lay in it after they kick my ass.
So I can lay there and watch him
and fall asleep.
He's like, tag me. Oh, Jay! Oh yeah! I'm coming.
Is anybody watching this thing?
It's too late. But they're gonna watch it when
it's too late, baby. No,
we're like 9. Somebody watch it.
Yeah, we gotta do this again.
We gotta do it again, but a little bit more earlier.
Yeah, we had to research Jake's brother.
We just had to do some research and we had to do some organizing before you go to his doctor.
Yeah, because the
That's
doctor.
the reason why we did it so late.
Yeah.
The next time we gotta do it early, or he might do it.
I might do it. I might go solo.
You might go solo until I come back.
Yeah.
So.
And then if I go solo, I'll be all alone. Well, I work better with other people. Sometimes when I'm alone, I get vicious. Oh yeah, I get mad.
You get mad.
But then, see, I have two. When I shave, really, I look like a young man. I look like a very tired child in a bad mood. And then I look like Santa Claus. And when I'm happy, I look like a happy Santa Claus.
Right.
Now, mad, I look like a mad Santa Claus.
That's correct.
And there's nothing more scarier than a mad Santa Claus. Because he leave coal in your
stuff. And
stocking.
then when he lose weight, he look like he's working out.
Oh, yeah. I'll look like Jesus, only he's lived.
No.
I have a picture of me looking like Jesus. A fat Jesus. Like if Jesus just let himself go like Buddha did. You ever see Buddha? The young Buddha in good shape. You ever see in the restaurant? I always thought that was two different Buddhas. The same Buddha, and and all he does is meditate, so he got fat. That's not true. That was a different Buddha. See, there's just not been one Buddha. The Buddhas are reborn every year, and there's more than one Buddha. There's a lot of Buddhas.
It's like the guy.
Asia is crawling with Buddhas.
It's like nothing on the.
See how he forms thoughts very quick, very slowly.
Like the God, what's it? The God, the priest. So the priest we have. They change every 6 years.
Oh, every 6 years?
Yeah, he does his term, and then another priest comes to replace him.
What the hell are you talking about? Are you talking about Father Time?
The Father.
That's Father Time.
Our Father, yeah.
He comes out as a baby and he gets to be an old man. Because that's not a priest. You don't. Unless you have a religion you're in partly too that I don't know about.
Our priest. The United States.
You never know.
Once he died, they gotta put somebody else to.
Oh, you mean the Pope?
The Pope, yeah.
Well, see, the Pope has he can.
So we always have a Pope.
We always have a Pope.
It sounds like it's the same Pope, but
it's a different.
It's just different Pope.
Well, they wear the same costume.
It's not costume. It's a uniform.
Yeah.
They don't wear costume.
They don't wear a costume.
It's very religious.
It's very religious.
Don't ever say costume in front of them.
They'll get mad. Maybe that seems like it's fun. Like you're wearing a costume. You're acting like you're a holy man. Exactly. It's a costume, but it's a uniform. It's much more official.
Yes.
But I was worried about. I said, look, how does he do his laundry bill? Because that stuff looks good.
Right.
This costs thousands of dollars to change the Pope's clothing. It's all white most of the time. Maybe a little red bat in it. And some people who criticize the church, they go, "Oh, look at all the money he spent on."
Well, Pope have so many services, but that's all. It all comes with the package. So.
Well, I'll explain to you why the Pope is so fancy at the Vatican.
It all comes with the package.
You know why?
With the package.
Because in the Middle Ages, the whole world was crap. And you live in your little village.
Right.
And your little village was dreary. But then you went to the Vatican, and it was like you were in heaven.
Right.
Everything's fancy, everything's beautiful. And you're like, wow, I'm visiting. This is what heaven would be like. And nothing smells because back then everything smelled. There was because of the horses.
Right.
Poopy on the ground.
Right.
And when they did the farming, they used human stuff. It was a smelly world at one point. If you went back in time, and sometimes he talks about going in a time machine, it would be a smelly goddamn world. Even during the dinosaurs, because you couldn't imagine the craps they took.
You gotta get used to it.
You gotta get you'd have to adapt. You'd probably be killed by the crap smell faster than the dinosaurs.
The problem with a time machine is that you can't change time.
Because you say he went back.
You might as well open the door, look, close it up, and leave.
Well, you know what happened?
Because
say he went out in the back in time, right?
Because what happened was
the whole space in time.
One person went in a time machine. She stepped on the butterfly, and there was no more butterfly. She turned into a butterfly. So
he's on drugs. This is not a story that's real.
So the guy had to relive the butterfly so he could go back to normal.
So he sees a movie or cartoon and he incorporates it into his delusions. This is called the butterfly effect, right? You stepping on the butterfly. She did not turn into a butterfly. She just eliminated all butterflies, which meant there was no butterflies, and the butterflies did something really nice to the environment. You know? And say, if you went back in time, you would have germs from this time, right? And it would go back in time, right? And they would have no cure for those germs. See, that's why it's so good to bring back animals from the past, because they have germs that we don't know about.
So.
See, so don't go back and I'll break you if you try to go in a time machine. I'm gonna stop you.
If I go in a time machine and I meet his mother, and then he never met his father, there'll be no Mussolini no more.
Oh, is that what your murder plans? Your perfect murder plans? He wouldn't go back in time to kill Hitler. He'd go back in time to kill me. Oh, you know, there's an old story about say this, and this doesn't even make sense. You go back in time, right? Okay. And to kill yourself, to kill your father, okay. Which means you'll never be born. But then, when you go back in time, if you did that, you couldn't go back in time to kill your father. You wouldn't exist to go back in time, so you'd be in a closed loop. I got a video about that.
Wow.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, I'll show it to you. Something.
It's genius.
It's called Final Destination.
Wow.
And we'll watch it sometime.
Okay.
And there's another one. Did you ever see Angel Heart?
No.
You gotta see Angel Heart. I don't know if the video still works. We can look it up. Yeah. That's about devil worship and trying to hide the devil from yourself and all that.
You ever seen Doctor Who?
I never saw Doctor Who. I saw little episodes, but I didn't see the originals.
I feel like that's based on a real life story.
You think it's the right story?
Yeah, because everything he says is true.
Everything he says is true. You know, they had these because I like when the women fight the men, the men fight the women, and all that stuff. Anyway, they have this guy who repossesses cars, right? He has his girlfriend. She's all powerful, and they challenge people because as they try to take the cars away, the guys want to fight them. So then they roughhouse and they call each other names and they do other and they wrestle the guy and choke him out. She chokes him out. But then I suspected something. Because unless the girl really looked like her, this girl was challenging him to a fight. Unless they fell in love. He fell in love with the girl. He's trying to repossess her car. And it was true romance. You think that?
That happened to me when I was little.
You tried to repossess a car as a child?
The girl keep picking on me. And then at the end of my middle school career, I found out she liked me, and she could have been my girlfriend.
Look at that. She like it in him.
She could have just told me.
She could have just told him, but
She could have just told me, but she still was picking on me.
she's
I
being
didn't.
that's the way she was.
I didn't see the signal.
Yeah, sometimes you don't see the signal.
I didn't see the signal.
I could look in the past and when I didn't see the signal, I would kick my ass. If I couldn't reach over, I would kick myself in my own ass. Anyway, we better go.
We gotta go.
We gotta go.
If I could go back in time and see all the and see and change and see the changes. If I change something and I can see it, I want to see what I would look if I see all those changes and went after them every single timeline.
Is it just me or
If
I have no idea what he said. This is not English. This is not Dominican even. This is JDE's.
So I have many opportunities with a woman. Now, if I was able to see where it would go without changing the timeline, I would love to see that.
Now it makes sense. So you wanna follow it. So you met this girl that you was attracted
It was
to.
so many of them I could have had.
You want to go back in time?
I wanted to see where I would have went with all of them, and then just come back in time. The problem is that it might hit me in the ass, because when I come home, I would be like, damn.
I missed out.
What about Jesse?
Yeah.
Crystal. But all those names gonna be fake because I never went.
But see, now, when you go back in time in this situation, right?
It's gonna kick my ass. I'm gonna be depressed because I seen all my kids, and they're
gone.
It never existed. It never existed. It was just me just glancing to see how it would go.
That's why time travel was very rough.
Was so.
And what if you married one of them?
Please, guys, don't
go back in time.
Don't discover time travel.
No, don't do that.
Don't do it yet.
Don't mess things up.
I'm not ready yet, guys. Nobody is.
The only works in the Avengers, and the new time continuum is always correct.
That's correct.
It's very
I don't think nobody's ready for that yet.
Nobody's ready for it. They're ready for time travel. I want to time travel back in time so I could avoid this guy. I don't even know how he got into my house. All of a sudden, one day I'm laying there and sleepy by zombies coming at me. I said, how was he hired here? Yeah. Oh, you know what happened?
What happened?
You know, they're supposed to clean me up before I go to the doctor.
Right.
But we're not going to do that.
That ain't time enough, so.
Well, it's not enough time. So I'm going to smell. I smell like perfume. Don't I smell like perfume?
We're just going to clean the private section.
Yeah, the private section.
And that's it. Everything else.
I don't like that. Because you know why? Because he's rough-handed. I'm going to tell you something.
We got to let the girls do all that.
I like the girls to do it. Because when he does it, he's like he's driving a car. I'm like, what the hell? And and I'm a very heterosexual man. I want to say, Jay, be gentle. I don't want to do that. It's very rough being me. It's just rough being me. When people have to clean up my poopy. But someday I'll walk again. And I won't have. But I'll miss them. When I don't need them no more, I'll miss them all. And you too, Jay. I'll miss you. But you'll be friends. He'll visit here.
Yep.
We'll even let him sleep. Because he needs a break. I don't know what he does when he's not here. But it exhausts him.
All right, guys. So we're going to let you guys go because he needs to get some nap before his doctor's appointment.
Got to get up early. What time is it?
It's almost 3 o'clock.
Oh, my God. I got to get up at, 6 o'clock.
6, 7.
Maybe I shouldn't sleep at all. Maybe I should just...
So we got to get him some sleep before you see the doctor, and then we got to do a nurse reading tomorrow.
And that way, we'll have a crowd.